Many people in the world think that success only comes to those with talent. They believe that if someone isn't born with a special gift, they can't make it big in life. But the reality is completely different. The truth is, talent might give you a head start, but practice is what always gets you the win. Just think about it. If talent were everything, hardworking people would never get ahead. But history proves that those who try to better themselves every single day are the ones who ultimately win. Because talent is limited, but practice has no limits. When a child learns to walk, do they do it on the strength of talent? No. They fall over and over again. They cry. They get back up. And they try again. That is practice. That is the power that teaches a person how to do things that seem absolutely impossible. We often look at others and say, that person is so talented, but we don't see the thousands of hours of hard work they put in silently behind the scenes. People only see the result, not the process. You've probably noticed that sometimes the students who seem highly gifted in school or college don't get as far later on, while many average students reach great heights in life through continuous hard work. There is only one reason for this: consistent practice. Practice makes you strong. Practice teaches you patience. And most importantly, practice teaches you not to be afraid of failure. When you do something every single day, it gradually becomes a habit. At first, it seems difficult. Then it gets a little easier. And one day, that very thing becomes your greatest strength. The problem is that nowadays, a lot of people want quick results. They work hard for a few days, and if they don't see immediate success, they give up. But the truth is that success doesn't happen overnight. It is built through small, daily efforts. If a person tries to become just 1% better every day, after a year, they become many times better than they were before. That is the magic of practice. Practice doesn't just improve your skills, it also boosts your self-confidence. When you practice repeatedly, you start to believe in yourself. And a person who believes in themselves is very hard to stop. Remember, talent can get you to the starting line, but practice is what gets you to the finish line. Many people blame their failures on a lack of talent, but the reality is that they just didn't put in the necessary hard work and practice. If you truly want to win at life, don't chase talent. Chase practice, because talent can sometimes betray you, but practice never will. Practice slowly takes you to a level where people look at you and say, wow, they are so talented, but they have no idea how many early mornings were spent, how many late nights went into the grind, and how many times you failed but refused to give up. So if you feel today that you are less talented than others, don't be discouraged, because the game isn't over yet. If you practice every day, constantly improve yourself, and refuse to give up, one day the very people who underestimate you today will be telling the story of your success. And remember, talent doesn't bring victory. Practice does. Now the question is, why exactly is practice so powerful? Because practice gradually takes a person to a level where even the impossible starts to feel possible. No great athlete, artist, writer, or successful person in the world became great in a single day. Behind their success lies thousands of hours of practice. While everyone else is sleeping, they are putting in the work for their goals. The biggest difference between successful people and average people is that successful people practice even when they don't feel like it. Most people work based on their mood. If they feel like it, they'll work hard. If they don't, they'll just drop it. But the people who make history don't wait to be in the right mood. They step toward their goals every single day with discipline. Imagine if someone practiced for just 1 hour a day for their goal. In 1 year, they would have put in 365 hours of hard work. And those 365 hours are exactly what makes them stand out from the crowd. The problem isn't that people lack talent. The real problem is that people don't practice consistently. They start out with a ton of enthusiasm, but after a little while, they get tired and just give up. But the ones who refuse to quit are the ones who eventually win. The biggest advantage of practice is that it eliminates fear. In the beginning, whenever we try something new, it's scary. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? But when you do that same thing over and over again, the fear slowly starts to fade away. Then, that very task starts to feel easy. That's exactly why people who practice every single day build rock-solid self-confidence. One of the biggest rules of success is consistency. If you move forward even just a little bit every day, one day you will have gone incredibly far. But if you stop halfway, all your hard work goes to waste. A lot of people fall behind because they give up too quickly. They think that maybe they just aren't cut out for it. But the truth is, they just haven't put in the required practice yet. You've probably heard the saying, practice makes perfect. This doesn't just mean that practice makes you better. What it really means is that practice takes you to a level where you completely shatter your own limits. Remember, when you practice repeatedly, your skills get sharper, your confidence grows, and your entire mindset expands. Then, a time comes when people look at your success and say, wow, they are so talented, but they have no idea how much hard work and practice is hiding behind that talent. So make a decision today if you want to win in life, if you want to turn your dreams into reality, if you want to stand out from the crowd. Start practicing every single day. Even if your progress is slow, do not stop, because a person who refuses to stop can never be defeated. And remember, the day you make consistent practice a habit is the day your success becomes guaranteed. The world will call you talented, but you will know what your true strength is. Your true strength is your practice. Because in the end, talent might give you an opportunity, but practice is what always gets you the win. Look, this world is full of people waiting for their hidden talent to be discovered. But we are building a completely different breed here. A community of individuals who don't wait for luck, but build their own success through relentless daily practice. If you are tired of making excuses, and you are finally ready to commit to your own growth,